For the incarcerated, education is the key to unlocking life's full potential.
I think above all other types of rehabilitation programs, education has really proven itself to be the most effective in terms of reducing recidivism. It is transformative for the individual.
The New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision is changing the culture of incarceration.
I could not believe what I was seeing.
Eldridge Blalock was 15 years into a 22-year sentence when he was introduced to reading.
Right, men were bringing books to the yard, right? They were studying, right? College changed the dynamics of the prison. I obtained my GED, I got into college, I now hold 2 college degrees.
Blalock was encouraged by a credible messenger.
I was a teenager sentenced to 24 years in prison. It's more time than I was on this earth. It's really easy to throw the towel in. If no one had invested in me, I wouldn't be here today.
Sean Pika found his pathway forward through education. He is now the executive director of Hudson Link for higher education in prison.
So walking through the halls of one of the prisons, and one of the men and women stops me, 19, 20 years old, and says, "You know, if you could do it, I can do it." I'm like, that is literally everything we've invested in, is to hear you say that.
You cannot underestimate the multiplier effect.
We went from, it was those guys, and the majority were troublemakers, gangbangers, and people just getting through the day. So we've gone from that to the education piece is the way to go. That is the new cool. And prior to this educational phenomena, these guys would have never talked. And it creates this bond. So you can imagine this bond then begins to change the culture inside the prison system.
Today, the agency is embracing technology to better facilitate discussions, curriculum, and assignments. Securus Technologies is providing these free tablets and educational content to teach the incarcerated to think differently.
Tablets were one that was really easy because it helped us to build on education, communication, family reunification. Staff are actually very happy that we brought the technology because it made their life easier in terms of supervising incarcerated individuals. The incarcerated individuals were meaningfully engaged.
From GEDs to master's degrees, they meet all the rigors of a legitimate education. Thousands have earned their diplomas.
Those are the moments that are the most meaningful, when you can see the impact you've had on somebody's life. Wearing a cap and gown, walking on the stage to accept a diploma with thunderous applause from their fellow incarcerated individuals and family members in the audience, seeing them, really your heart wells up, because the job of working in corrections, it's been described as one of the most thankless jobs, but also one of the most meaningful, and that is to help make the world a better place.
Studies confirm higher education in prison reduces recidivism. It reunites families, and in the long term, contributes to the safety and well-being of our communities. Second chances are indeed a worthwhile investment.
And if it's changing the culture, it's changing it in a positive way, and we see less violence because of it, and we are, then how do we go against that?
So do you want them returning to the community in the same way that they came to us? Or do you want them to rejoin society and be productive members, paying taxes, taking care of their children, taking care of their parents, growing families? Because no doubt about it, they're coming back to our communities.